Hey everybody, this is Ken Online with My Home Option, and if you're thinking about selling your house, then you need to make sure you set yourself up for the greatest level of success possible, and you can do that by understanding the difference between an owner-centric support team and a home-centric support team and how they can work together to ensure your greatest level of success. Now, before I dive too much into this principle, I want to tell you a story to help you understand what we're going to be talking about. Now, think about the last time that you went out to eat. There was two people that were serving you, right? You had a waiter and you had a chef. And the waiter did the back and forth, making sure you had a great dining experience. They got your order, took it back to the chef. And the chef's number one job was to make sure you had a great eating experience, right? And so they would get your order, take it back to the chef. Chef would prepare the order, give it to the waiter. The waiter would take it back to you. There was two people serving you at the restaurant. It wasn't just the chef that was also grabbing your order and everything like that. And why is that? It's because if the chef was trying to get your order, something would suffer. Either they're going to spend so much time in the kitchen cooking, make sure you have great food, that your dining experience is going to suffer because they're not able to be there and serve you as often, or they're trying to go back and forth so much and serve you at such a high level that they're not able to properly prepare the food, and then your food suffers and it's either getting burnt or it's cold or it just doesn't taste good and it's not prepared in the best way possible. So the greatest way that a restaurant can serve you is by having a waiter and a chef. Two teams to support you as best as possible. And the same thing applies to your home sale. And so I highly recommend to anybody that you have two teams on your side when you sell your home. Number one, an owner-centric team. Number two, a home-centric team. Now, an owner-centric team is a team that is centered around you as the owner and your success, okay? Giving you tools, tips, strategies, things that you can do, steps that you can take to make sure that you're working with a good home-centric team and that you're doing the right things in order to be able to make this transaction fast, easy, and top dollar, okay? A home-centric support team is a team that is focused around your home, right? And so this is like a real estate agent. Okay, and so the reason that they're home-centric is because their number one goal by the end of the transaction is to get your home sold. That's what it is. That's their number one goal. Whereas an owner-centric support team is their number one goal by the end of the transaction is that you've experienced the success that you're looking for. Now, if you're selling your home, that success is probably going to be making sure that your home is sold fast, easy, and top dollar. So we focus on fast, easy, top dollar, connecting you with the right person who can sell your home fast, easy, and for top dollar, giving you the tools, tips, and strategies that you can do to make sure that your home is sold fast, easy, and for top dollar, and then you're connected through with the end of the process. So as far as owner-centric goes, this is more like My Home Option, okay? And a home-centric team would be more like a realtor. Now, what most people have done and usually do in most of these situations is they just go to the home-centric team and go, I think I'll just connect with them first and only, and that's the only team I'm going to use. So they connect with them, and that process ends up looking a little bit like this. You phone a realtor friend, somebody that you know that sells houses, they have the ability to do so. You call them up, hey, can you sell my home? I know you do sell homes, like, would you be able to do this for me? I see you post them on social media all the time, like, would you sell my home for me? But what you ended up actually doing is you're rolling the dice because you don't really know if they're a quality realtor. You know they can do this process, but you don't know how good they are. It's like I said, like, you know, realtor school teaches ethics. It doesn't actually teach the art behind a top dollar home sale. And so you don't really know if they know the art behind the top dollar home sale. You just know that they can do this process. And so then you start kind of hoping for luck because you don't really know what's going on. Like the process is kind of all over the place. You're kind of in the dark. There's not a ton of communication happening. So you're not really sure what's going on most of the time. Then it just gets slapped up there on the MLS and you hope that it stands out even though it's a needle in a haystack because you've done really nothing to actually increase the visibility, increase the attractiveness of your home within the offer and within some of the certain steps that you can take in order to increase the perceived value on a very low cost budget, we'll talk about in just a second. And then number 6, you just end up stressing a lot because you have no idea what's going on. You don't know where you're at in the process. Nobody's communicating with you very well. You don't really know if the person you're working with is the right person for the job. You've had low foot traffic, low people coming through, like you haven't had any offers yet. You're like, what is going on? I don't know what's going on. I don't know where we're at in this process, and it gets really, really stressful. So your second option is where you can connect with My Home Option as an owner-centric team first. We will connect you with an amazing home-centric team as well as giving you tools, tips, and strategies that you can use in order to give yourself the greatest level of success. Like I said a minute ago, increasing the spread is one great thing that we can show you how to do, where it's like, hey, what things can you do that are super low cost but have a very high perceived value, and therefore you make money on the margin, you make money on the spread, okay? And so what that 6-step process looks like in comparison with the first 6-step process is instead of just phoning a realtor friend, you actually get to have the comfort of knowing that you're connecting with an A+ agent. You can either do that through our questionnaire that we have, so when you're interviewing agents, you're making sure you're connecting with the right person, or if we are in your area, we have agents in your area, we can actually connect you and say, hey, here's somebody that we recommend that you include in your interview process that has a proven track record of being an amazing A+ real estate agent that really understands the art behind a top dollar, easy, fast home sale, right? Number two, you can actually plan for success instead of just rolling the dice, because now you're working with a good real estate agent. You have some understanding of what needs to happen in order to make this a successful home sale from the owner-centric team, My Home Option, and you can create a plan of success instead of just randomly rolling the dice. Number three, you can quickly double check the work instead of just hoping for luck, because you can look at your checklist and say, okay, this happened, yes, this happened, this happened, this happened, instead of just going, I hope they know what they're doing, because here's the deal about a real estate agent. Just like anybody else, they're a person. And so it's good to be able to just go back and double check the work and make sure, yes, this was done correctly, this was done correctly, this was done correctly. Okay, we're set up for success. I know everything's done correctly. Number four, strategically advertise instead of just slapping it up on the MLS. You know, you could work with a real estate agent that will do more than just putting it on MLS, more than just putting it up on Zillow. Like they'll actually some agents will send out mailers. Some agents will do a little bit of Facebook advertising. Some agents do open houses, which, you know, there's kind of a debate whether those are, you know, super imperative for you to be able to have that top dollar home sale. But there's different marketing strategies that some agents do that other agents don't. And there's a very specific reason of why they do that, and that's to be able to ensure your greatest level of success as well. Number five, you can create actual market demand because you've created an attractive space, you've created an attractive offer, you've increased your perceived value on a shoestring budget. And so all of those things, and then you're using like a real estate agent who knows how to communicate, right? And knows how to organize themselves and make sure that the whole process is done right. And what you're doing in that is you're creating demand, so you have tons and tons of market buyers coming in. Because at the end of the day, real estate is a numbers game. So the more strong buyers that you can have come to your house, the more strong offers you're gonna get. The more offers that you get, the more competitive the landscape becomes. As the landscape becomes more competitive, top dollar goes up, it becomes faster, it becomes easier, and that's when you really can have the greatest level of success, the greatest level of profits possible in your home sale. And lastly, you can sit back, relax, knowing that your home's actually going to be sold because you've done the entire process correctly instead of stressing out a ton, because by the time you get to this point with just your realtor, you're like, oh my goodness, what have I done? I have no idea what's going on. I think I made the wrong decision. Whereas on this side, when you connect with an owner-centric team, and then you're able to connect with an amazing home-centric team, and you have the success tools from both of those teams put together, as well as working with a top-tier home-centric team, at the end of it, you can sit back, relax, knowing your home's going to be sold because you know that you're in good hands, you know you're working with a good team. And so that is the difference between an owner-centric team and a home-centric team. If you just work with a home-centric team, you're probably setting yourself up to feel a lot like this, and you're gonna give yourself a lot of stress. But if you work with an owner-centric team and let us connect you with an amazing home-centric team, you're gonna be setting yourself for a lot of success. You're gonna be setting yourself up for that fast, easy, top dollar home sale. And so this is how you can actually set yourself up for success. So if you want to know more about this and more about the overall art behind a perfect home sale, make sure you go to myhomeoption.com, check out our course, our web class that we have. It's absolutely free. We teach you this and so much more in and around the art of the perfect home sale, so you can set yourself up for the greatest level of success possible. Excited to be able to help you with this concept and hope to help you with even more at that class. See you there.